Yo, welcome. You watched the last video. I gave a. I guess there's no game sound because my headphones aren't turned on. So let me do that real quick. Um, actually, I don't know. Anyways, last video. If you watch my last video, it was a beginner guide for dummies on how to heal. Now, I'm gonna give you a disc priest beginner's guide for dummies. So it's just gonna be very basic, very quick, just the basics and the beginner guide on what you need to do, how to play it. The rest is up to you to actually go out there and get the reps, right? And I'll give you both. I'll give you both Oracle and Void just to give you my credentials. I'm not great, but I'm not the worst. So as you see, I'm 23-18, but in season 3, I ended at 22-21, about a 51% in threes. I was 2078 is my best season rating, and then I peaked at 2157 during the off season right now. Solo shuffles, I don't really care about playing these two. And I'm 8 for 10 in blitz. I mean, that's solid. So 8 and 2. But really, I kind of run like a 50 win percent the way that I play. Could be teams, could be comps, could just be me, and whatever. So I just want to give you some credentials knowing that, I'm not some trash can that plays the game. I at least have an idea of what to do. So as a disc priest, you're kind of a hybrid healer. You do damage to heal, right? And so that's really the big thing. Oracle is going to be a little bit more like healer heavy, whereas Void is a lot more damage heavy, right? So right now, gear set doesn't matter because it's the off season. Stat priorities, I'm running, heavy mastery, verse, and then some haste. Those are going to be the big things. I'll make a guide during midnight season 1 to give you like a real gear guide and everything. It'll be a little bit more in depth. This is just the basics and the beginners. Um, Build what I'm currently using is this is my Oracle. And the real big thing that I changed personally. So if you want to run Void Tendrils, you can, but you kind of get rid of Mind Control, right? And so that's like the big thing. I don't like this. I prefer MC. And then also the other big change for you is going to be right here, whether it's Ultimate Penance or Power Word Barrier. And I do think that's really just going to be like match dependent. And then also twos versus threes. Twos, just keep this on. Just keep that on. I mean, it's so good. But for threes, you might not really need it too much. You can use the barrier, especially if you're facing like turbo or a lot more melee heavy. When we're looking here at the PvP talents, I'd say as a must, Ultimate Radiance, Phase Shift, and then this third spec here. I think this is the most one that you can probably change. Biggest ones really depends on kind of like, what you're doing. Purification gives you 2 charges for dispels. I used to run this all the time. Honestly, you don't really need it, but it's not bad to have. Strength of Soul, I run this rarely, but I will if, let's say, it's a warrior monk or if it's a warrior and I don't even know, 2 melees is when I'll run that just for your shield to be 15% stronger. Inner Light is probably the biggest one, right? It's right here. Inner Light's really good, especially that Inner Shadow where your spell damage and atonement healing is increased by 10%. Inner Light is probably pretty decent as well, especially if you run out of mana. But once you learn how to play it, mana is not really that big of a deal. Mind Games, I like running this in twos. And then this is a new one, Psychic Shroud. So whenever you hit a fear, you gain. You don't get CC'd for 15 seconds. I don't personally run this. I'm sure people are doing it since it's new. That's not for me. I'm gonna stay Dark Art. Just 45 every 45 seconds, your team is getting a 10% damage buff. I mean, that to me just seems broken. So I'm going to keep running it right now until there's like a definite, on what I need to be doing. But that's what I typically am running. So the main basics of this class is going to be getting Atonement on your team. Atonement's going to be the biggest thing, and any heal does it, right? And so all I'm using is Plea. Please an instacast. So if you're running 3s, just to quickly get Atonement on everybody, you just can spam it. It's kind of like a Renew before they removed Renew. And so that I always try and get that on your team just to start, because in anything that I do is healing everybody. Right? That's where that hybrid is. Atonement, I cause damage, my team gets healed. You just have to remember to watch, is Atonement up and running or not? So that's really the big focus. Now, also, shields. Shield your best friend. Keep shields up on whoever the kill target's going to be on your team. Right? Your teammates, let's say we're running 2s, because that's the easiest way to learn. You're running 2s, your DPS, keep shields up on them, and then basically just spam penance. To be honest, that's kind of it. Right? That is the main basics. If you've got some free time, you can sit there, spam some flash heals. Those are actually really good, like especially in a pickle if you don't have penance. So it just depends on situational. I run a lot of just shield, penance, and then, you know, go ahead, spam some flash. Like, that is like the big key focus. Now, Evang, super good. I pop that up right now. My heals come out, you know, a little bit less mana. But then also you see it's glowing ultimate radiance. It's an insta-cast. And then now my bolts are even better. Right? And you see, like, so you need a quick, big, massive heal. You pop Evang into radiance and then just go ham with penance. Right? Those are like really the big key focuses here. Plea, honestly, I don't use Plea unless I'm just applying Atonement. That's it for me. Others might tell you differently or whatever, but I have zero reason to use it. Atonement, or Radiance, I love getting Radiance up and going, and then Penance, right? And then you can just attack. You're just attacking the enemy team. And that's as simple, and like that is the 4 basics on Oracle. The other big ones, and since it is Priest, PI increases haste by 20% for your team. I can't give PI. I'll give it to myself. PI is really good. You know your teammate's about to hit a go. Let's say you're playing with a mage and they hit Combust. Immediately give them PI. Just immediately give it to them. Their damage, their spell cast, everything is going to be better. Okay? If you're playing like a warrior, or you're playing some melee class, pain suppression reduces all damage taken by friendly target. So I guess this doesn't have to be just melee. This could be anybody. They're getting taken down, whatever the case is, give them pain suppression. They're taking 50% less damage for 8 seconds. So it is really strong. It's really good. And then obviously you got ult pin, which is your big cooldown, unless you're running barrier. You've got your dispels. But again, this is for like the basics, but dispels, there's like, you know, they're polyed, you can get them out. Just to certain ones, right? If you're in an ice block or you're trapped, go ahead, dispel them. Mass dispel. Ice block, it'll cancel it out. Bop, blessing, or you know, whatever else. Dispel magic, you can get bop off of somebody. And that one, a little bit more advanced. So that one took me a little bit of time to learn. Obviously, you got your fear. Or you drop in fear. And then as a disc priest too, fade. Right here, fade. So you see a healer or somebody coming at you, you can fade and then they can't CC you. And if they use it, they just waste it. And you also have Leap of Faith. There, you know, somebody's getting clobbered over here. You grab them, you Leap of Faith, and it'll drag them directly to you. That's really like the key basics for Oracle. I'm going to drop a very quick guide real quick on Void. As it swaps, honestly, nothing's going to change talent tree wise. It's only changing the middle. Absolutely nothing changes. The only thing that I could see here, if you don't want to run Dark Arc, which again, it's going to also, that's really for your teammates. You can do Inner Light to increase your own damage. That one might actually be decent, so I'll go ahead and say this just for sake of what's going on. And so right here is going to be your Inner Shadow, so you cast it. As you see, increases all spell damage and Atonement healing by 10%. Same concept. Get Atonement up on your team. Right, and then as Void, you're going to want to cast Mind Blast. Mind Blast causes that little ball, and then you're going to spam Void Blast over and over and over. High damage, and then your teammate is also getting that 10% healing as well. And then, as you notice, I have to wait, so then it's just kind of maintain your healing, get your shields up, get your pain suppression up, Evang, you know, Radiance, Penance, do whatever, get into a good position, send the ball, and then Void Blast away. And that is Void. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more end game, but those are the essentials and the basics. Everything else is relatively the same between the two. One's just going to be a lot more damage heavy. And so that's going to be our Disc Priest for Dummies guide. If you appreciate it, if you learned something, tell me what I might have missed. Drop in the comments, like, subscribe, and tell me what class I should do next. Appreciate you guys. Peace.